Hi, I'm Donny Shankle. I'm here to talk to you about how a weightlifter should take care of their hands. When you train a lot, it can be real hard on the hands. You can develop calluses that will rip, or your hands will get dry and cracked. So here's a few things that you can do to help you take care of your hands so you can continue to train hard every day. First thing you want to do after you get done training is to wash all the chalk that you have on your hands right off. I like to use a Dove moisturizing soap instead of a deodorant soap, which can add to dryness. The longer that chalk stays in your hands, the more dry and cracked and your hands will peel. So you want to get in there and get that water real hot, or just get that water warm. And make sure when you wash your hands, you don't leave any chalk on your hands that will stay on there after you wash them. So make sure you get in between the fingers. Wash all that chalk off your palms real good. Especially on that thumb where you put that chalk for your hook grip. Make sure you wash it off real good. Doing this after every training session is going to help you in the long run to keep your hands healthy, so you can come back in tomorrow and continue to lift heavy weights. Once you're done washing your hands, just about every weightlifter is going to want to use some kind of moisturizer. I personally like bag balm. As you can see here, there are some other products that are similar, like this Badger Balm here, or I know that Burt's Beeswax is another good product. Palmer's has one. The main thing that you want to look for when you find your moisturizer is don't lean so much or go towards the white creamy daily moisturizers that you see in department stores. You want to find one that has a yellowish, waxy, hard consistency. Good thing about this is you buy this for 10 bucks and that lasts you, over a year. This is a little bit bigger of a container than I usually use, so a little container like this would probably be better. But just throw this in your gym bag, and if you want to use this if you have dry, cracked, and your hands hurt. You want to use this about every day as a weightlifter. Even if your hands don't hurt you every day, you still want to use it, at least once or twice a week. Doesn't take a lot here. You just get a little bit on your fingertip, like so. You want to go over those calluses that you have, that you develop in training. You go over those first, then you rub them in between the fingers, and then gradually get them on that palm. And just like you did when you were washing your hands with that Dove body bar, you do the same thing on your hands here. One other thing I want to add is if you train in colder climates, your hands are going to be more prone to chafe. So you're going to probably want to use this every day. Like I said, if you have a problem with your hands, use them every day. So there you go. Bag balm is my favorite. Just throw that in your gym bag, and that should help you. Periodically, you're going to want to take down those calluses on your hands that you develop as a weightlifter. I don't care who you are. You're eventually at some point going to get thick, bulbousy calluses on your hands. There's two things that you can use to help you take those down and smooth your hands out. One of them is this little guy here, this little pumice stone you can find at any drugstore. After training, you just you rub that over your calluses, just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. You want to use this more so if on an everyday basis after training. Just run them over your hands. That will help smooth them out. But there's another guy that I like to use that I keep in my gym bag as well. It's this little guy here. I don't know what they call this, but I think it's just called a callus remover. You see one side here is I've got this cheese grater finish, and then the other side is this little emery board here. You want to use this about once or twice a week. As you can see, it's a bit rougher, so don't go crazy with this thing. But same way with that pumice board or that pumice stone, you just want to get in there and rub your calluses out. As you can see already, my calluses are turning white, some of that dead skin starting to show. Then you just get in there with that emery board and you smooth it out. One motion works fine here. Also, if you got any calluses on that thumb, same process. On a side note, you want to make sure, I want to mention this. I've heard some weightlifters like to use razor blades on their calluses. I and Glenn don't recommend this, just because I think that can be a little bit dangerous. You know, you get in there, start to shave that callus down, and you could possibly slip and, you know, cut your finger, especially if you just use some bag balm. So just get in there and grind them down and smooth them out. There you go, smooth as a baby's butt. Even if you're washing your hands after every training session and you're using your conditioner and you're using your little file, your little callus remover to file your calluses down so they don't catch in the bars you're pulling and rip. Every weightlifter at some point is going to rip a callus. A little quick word on tape here. There's a way that you can tape your hands in training if you do happen to rip a callus, and it's usually this guy right here. For some reason or not, that callus seems to always rip for weightlifters. And what I've always seen is a weightlifter will go through a whole roll of tape like this, and they'll try to put it over their hands like that, and then you'll start wrapping up, you know, thinking that trash is going to stay. I'm here to tell you that's garbage right there. All right. For one, you waste a whole roll of tape, good tape, and that sucker's just going to get sweaty and slip off anyway. So go ahead and take that off. What you want to do when you tape over a callus is what I'm going to show you here. Just get yourself a little strip, right? Find the middle, and you're going to bite into it a little hole, okay? Or you get a little pen and poke a hole in it. That's all it takes. Find that hole you bit into. See, there's my little hole. You're just going to gently pull her apart. Okay? So now we got a strip of tape with a good little opening. Okay? There you go. Find that callus below that finger where it would be ripped if I had one, and drape that tape across. Lay it right over that callus. Bring that other side back around and just smooth it out. I got two pieces here, because you're going to want to double up on this. Like so. Now we got a good start. And your hand and palm is not full of a bunch of tape. Okay, you want to be sure, you know, you want to tape it this way so that your palm doesn't have a bunch of tape in it and you can't really grip the bar. So this should be good just right there. And then on your wrist, not your hand, your wrist. Don't go super tight here because you don't want to restrict no blood flow. Just go around like so. Bam. This right here should help you get through the rest of your training session. The last thing we're going to talk about is taping your thumbs with a hook grip. what I showed you before was taping your palms if you tore a callus. The vast majority of weightlifters that I know, including me, tape the thumbs for every training session because the bar can cut into them as you use that hook grip and cause your thumbs to be raw. There's a number of ways that you can do this. I personally just take me a roll, wrap it around my thumb, get it real tight, and snap her off right there. Now, that's all I need. You can also tape your thumbs this way. Start here. You're going to go around the whole thumb this time, so when you do, make sure your thumb joint is bent. If that thumb is straight, you won't be able to grab that bar as well. And then you're going to tape over your thumb that way, come around, and boom. Now that whole thumb is taped, and you can still see how my thumb has still got a bend in it. There's another way you can tape it. And lastly, you can tape your thumb this way for a hook grip. Get yourself a strip. This probably will save you on tape in the long run. Cut yourself a strip lengthwise, and same way. Go right around, just like I showed you before. And there's even a couple guys that I've seen, I've never done this one, but you could even go around that same thumb joint, like that. That way your knuckles got a little room to breathe. So there's a couple ways that you can do it. Like I said, you're going to want to tape your thumb like this, just to take care of it. You may have to reapply the tape on your thumb during a hook grip because it could slide off, especially if you take the whole thumb like I showed you before. Yeah, give that a try, and that should help you. I hope this was helpful in allowing each and every one of you to get in the gym and lift big weights every single day.